Do you ever feel stuck in your life despite your best efforts? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their goals effortlessly while you're still spinning your wheels? If these questions resonate with you, then you might be part of the 99%. But what does that mean? Well, it's not just about income or status, it's about how we approach life, our mindset, our habits, our fears, and our comfort zones. Do you often find yourself procrastinating, putting off tasks until the last minute? Do you fear failure so much that it stops you from even trying? Are you trapped in your comfort zone, preferring the familiar over the unknown, even when the familiar isn't serving you well? And do you constantly compare yourself to others, leading to discouragement and stagnation? If you answered yes to these questions, you might be part of the 99%. But don't worry, there's a way out. Fear of failure, procrastination, and lack of confidence often hold us back. These psychological barriers can be like invisible chains, subtly keeping us tethered to our comfort zones. They are the silent saboteurs of success, and they can keep us firmly stuck in the 99%. Let's start with the fear of failure. It's a common human experience, but when it becomes a barrier to our actions, it hinders our progress. Fear makes us risk-averse and we start playing it safe, often missing out on opportunities for growth. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, paralyzed, watching everyone else jump into the sea of possibilities. Next up, we have procrastination. It's more than just the act of delaying tasks. It's a complex psychological struggle. It's the gap between intention and action. We know what needs to be done, yet we find ourselves scrolling through social media, binge-watching shows, or doing anything but the task at hand. Procrastination is a thief of time, and in the realm of success, time is a valuable commodity that we can't afford to waste. Lastly, let's talk about lack of confidence. This is a deeply ingrained mindset that tells us we're not good enough, that success is meant for others, not for us. It's a voice that whispers doubts into our ears, questioning our abilities and undermining our efforts. Lack of confidence can make us second-guess ourselves, leading to indecision and stagnation. These psychological barriers, fear of failure, procrastination, and lack of confidence, can seem like towering walls. They can make the road to success seem long and daunting. But here's the thing, they are not physical walls. They exist in our minds, and that's where the battle needs to be fought. Recognizing these barriers is the first step. Once we're aware of them, we can start to address them, challenge them, and eventually overcome them. It's about changing our mindset, our habits, and our approach to failure and success. It's about breaking free from the 99% and stepping into the 1%. These barriers are not insurmountable. Let's delve into how to overcome them. Have you heard of the dip? It's a challenging phase right before a breakthrough. It's that moment when the climb to success seems steepest, when the challenges mount, and your momentum starts to wane. It's when you're 80% close to your goal, yet it feels as if you're miles away. The dip is a psychological phenomenon that occurs when we're on the brink of success. It's a result of our brains trying to protect us from the unknown. You see, at 80%, you're closer to an unfamiliar result. This proximity to the unknown can be intimidating, and our instincts often push us to retreat to familiar, safer ground. But here's the thing, the dip is not a dead end, it's a test. It's life's way of asking, how badly do you want it? And how we respond to this question can mean the difference between remaining in the 99% or breaking through to the 1%. So how can you navigate the dip and keep moving forward? First, remember your why. Why did you set out on this journey in the first place? What's the reward that lies beyond the final 20%? Keep this vision at the forefront of your mind. Visualization is a powerful tool here. Picture yourself after crossing the finish line, basking in the glow of your achievement. This mental image can fuel your perseverance, helping you push through the tough times. Another strategy is to build your endurance. Just like a marathon runner, you need to train yourself to withstand the challenges and keep going. This might mean developing new skills, embracing a growth mindset, or becoming comfortable with discomfort. Above all, remember that the dip is temporary. It's a phase, not a permanent state. And while it's steep and challenging, it also signifies that success is just around the corner. So, the next time you find yourself in the dip, don't give up. Instead, draw on your strength, remember your why, and keep pushing forward. Because as the saying goes, Remember, the darkest hour is just before the dawn. So, what sets the successful 1% apart? They have certain habits and practices. You see, success is not a one-time event, but a series of consistent actions and habits. These are the practices that propel the 1% to where they are. Let's delve into some of these habits. First up, goal setting. The 1% are clear about what they want to achieve. They set specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals. It's like having a GPS for life. They know where they want to go and they have a plan to get there. Next, we can't talk about the 1% without mentioning discipline. Success requires discipline, the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. The 1% understand this. They are committed to their goals and are willing to make sacrifices. They prioritize their time and energy effectively, focusing on activities that bring them closer to their goals. Persistence is another crucial habit. As we discussed earlier, the journey to success is often filled with obstacles, but the 1% don't give up. They persist, they learn, they adapt. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of it. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. They keep going, not because they are certain of success, but because giving up guarantees failure. Lastly, the 1% continually invest in their growth. They understand that success is a journey, not a destination. They are lifelong learners, always looking to improve and grow. They read, they learn, they experiment. They're not afraid to step out of their comfort zone and try something new. So, you see, the 1% are not necessarily smarter or more talented. They simply have different habits. They set clear goals, they are disciplined, they persist in the face of adversity, and they never stop learning. The right habits can make a world of difference. Ready to cultivate them? Change is challenging but possible. Here are some strategies you can start implementing today. Let's begin with the establishment of daily routines. Routine is the backbone of transformation. Small, consistent actions like waking up earlier, meditating, or setting aside time for reflection can create a significant impact over time. These are not grand gestures, but they are the tiny bricks that build the fortress of success. In the words of author James Clear, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Next, let's talk about accountability. It's easy to make a commitment to yourself and then break it when no one else is watching. That's where mentors or accountability partners come in. They provide an external source of motivation and can offer invaluable guidance based on their experience. Remember, even the most successful individuals had mentors. Don't underestimate the acceleration potential of the right guidance. Finally, we arrive at goal fragmentation. Large goals can seem daunting, like a mountain that's too high to climb. But what if you could break that mountain down into manageable hills? That's what goal fragmentation is all about. Divide your large goals into smaller, actionable steps. Each step you complete brings you closer to your ultimate goal, and each small victory fuels your motivation to keep going. As they say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. These strategies may seem simple, but they are powerful tools for change. They are the secret weapons that can help you break free from the 99%. But remember, change is not about overnight success. It's about consistent effort, day in and day out. It's about falling in love with the process rather than the outcome. So, start establishing your daily routines. Find an accountability partner. Break your goals into manageable steps. And most importantly, start today. Because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. With these strategies, you're well on your way to leaving the 99% behind. You've recognized the barriers, understood the dip, and learned the habits and strategies. Now it's time to plan your escape. Begin by crafting a clear vision of your destination. What does success look like for you? Is it financial independence, a fulfilling career, or maybe personal growth? Whatever it is, make it vivid and tangible in your mind. Next, break down that vision into smaller, manageable goals. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Every little victory brings you one step closer to your ultimate goal. Then, focus on cultivating the habits of the 1%. Embrace a growth mindset, practice discipline, and persist even when things get tough. Remember, the journey to the 1% starts with a single step. Take that step today.